Alright, you PG retards, it's time once again that I tell the truth. Because, it's WrestleMania season, and people are pretending to get excited. WrestleMania! The Rock's back! I can't wait! Well, let me tell you something. I'm going to WrestleMania, and this is probably the fucking worst road to WrestleMania I've ever seen. It's a fucking sack of shit. And I want to talk about the Hall of Fame. The induction of Bruno Sammartino. I'm seeing a lot of 13-year-olds on here who just started watching wrestling last Tuesday going like this. Yay! Bruno Sammartino in the Hall of Fame! My life is complete! The Hall of Fame has credibility! Oh my god! You don't even know who the fuck Bruno Sammartino is! Now let's be honest for a minute. Bruno Sammartino comes from a time where nobody fucking watched wrestling. Yeah, people went to the matches when they had them at Madison Square Garden. But they were nothing like, when they have a show in the Garden nowadays. Or maybe not nowadays, because they're barely let back into the Garden because of their shit fucking attendance. They're not even allowed in there half the time. But, when they used to be, they used to put on some pretty good shows when it was at MSG. They used to turn that shit up even more during the Attitude Era, and even a little bit, after that. And before in the 80s, that shit was just bumping, bitch. It was bumping hardcore style. Well, Bruno Sammartino was the love child of Vince McMahon's father. This man loved Bruno Sammartino. He used to play around with his hairy chest. He used to love to rub that vapor rub on him when he had a cold. Oh, nothing better than rubbing that hairy Guido's chest. Oh, it was amazing for him. So he put the belt on him for 8 years, because he just loved it. Because, the belt right above his cock. Oh my God, Vince McMahon got really excited about that. Vince McMahon Sr. anyway. Vince McMahon Jr. is obsessed with his own ass. But Vincent McMahon Sr., he was obsessed with Bruno Sammartino's cock. That's why he had the belt always on his waist. So this guy was champion for 8 fucking years because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing during this time. This guy was going around in matches, hugging them, sort of like Daniel Bryan and Kane, hugging people all the time. I don't know, he had fucking sex with about 50 to 100 wrestlers during his 8-year title reign or whatever the fuck it was. I think even one title reign was even longer than that. Who the fuck wanted to sit through that shit? God damn, wrestling was boring back then too. And, all the people out there, all the YWCers, who just want to fit in, go like, blasphemy! How could you say that? You don't know what you're talking about. Go back and watch a Bruno Sammartino match. I was watching the history of the WWE Championship on Netflix, and I come across the Sammartino match. It's one of the first matches on there. I couldn't even sit through that shit. It's fucking boring as hell. It just reminds me of actually how it is now. Matches are slow and boring. Nothing but a bunch of slow, shitty looking fake punches. The fighting looks so fake. It's just a bunch of rest holds. That's basically what Bruno would do. He'd punch the guy a couple of times, keep him in a headlock for about an hour, and then finally end it with another rest hold. But this time, it was a hug. It was a sexual gesture. And, I gotta say that that's not my idea of exciting wrestling. That's my idea of a fucking gay porno! And look at him, with his hairy fucking chest, as I mentioned before. All he was, it was pretty much an old school Joey Ryan or some shit like that. Or some type of unshaven tensai. Kind of like a Prince Albert or A-Train. I'm surprised even back then they didn't shave your back or some shit like that. I mean, god damn it. Just a real weirdo Guido is all he was. Also no real build. He was like barrel-chested. But really, he also had the build of a barrel. Just like plain and nothing. Nothing spectacular to look at. Not like really looking like an athlete or anything. This guy criticized a lot of shit during the PG, during the TV-14 era, the Attitude Era. He criticized wrestling during the 80s even for steroids because, I don't know, I guess maybe he was too much of a pussy to take steroids. Now, I don't support steroids, but the guy basically didn't look like he worked out at all. No build or anything. No real definition. Just a big doofus. That's all he was. Just looked like a big fucking hairy goof. So the thing is, he was jealous of Hulk Hogan's muscles. He hated Hulk Hogan. He hated everybody during the 80s because they were all better than him. I mean, fuck. He hated every single guy, basically. And then he really hated fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, this had been a long documented rivalry. Stone Cold did nothing to him but actually make people interested in wrestling. So Bruno Sammartino hates him. And he likes to use the excuse that what he represented. You know, that he was vulgar and liked to use foul language and did the middle finger and he hates him. I mean, what the fuck is he? I mean, the thing is, he's not even like some religious guy or anything. You'd think that this guy was like on the parent teachers council, you know, that type of FCC shit. I mean, who the fuck is he? I mean, what is he, part of the PTA or some shit? I don't understand. Like, he's going around, I don't like wrestling because it's too violent. I mean, because he's a fucking shitty wrestler, and he's fucking jealous of Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's fucking jealous of Hulk Hogan. He's fucking jealous of all the greats who are way better than his fucking fat ass. Tell you that, his fucking fat Guido ass couldn't even, light a candle to any of these greats. I mean, holy fucking shit. Even Justin Gabriel's got more credibility in the ring than motherfucking Bruno Sammartino. And now all of a sudden, Bruno Sammartino, the guy who you're supporting. And I even see a lot of people who want the Attitude Era back, who want at least a TV-14 rating back. You know, they're all, yay! Bruno! I love him! You know, kind of reminds me of the Bruno that Sacha Baron Cohen used to portray. It's kind of like that, you know, just a real hairy, disgusting, almost homosexual, always going around touching people. Yeah, that's what Bruno Sammartino is. Anyway, he's supporting the PG era. So you guys are basically supporting a PG fucking motherfucker right here. This guy refused the Hall of Fame when he thought that they were too hardcore. So he turned it down since they created the Hall of Fame in 2004. Turned it down. Turned it down for years. And now that it's at its most PGest, now he's ready to get in the Hall of Fame. Because what a great product it is. Oh, no surprise there. Because they're wrestling the same fucking way that he was 40 years ago. I mean, holy fucking shit. No wonder Bruno Sammartino is impressed by this wrestling that they have now. Because it's so fucking tame, so fucking non-violent, that it reminds him of when he used to wrestle. I mean, God. And you people want to support this man? Yes, sure, he deserves a spot in history because, you know, he was a big main eventer for so long, but that doesn't make him good. Just because, you know, he was sort of like a John Cena back then. You know, just shoved down everybody's throat, and they had no choice but to accept him because he was the fucking champion. And there really wasn't much else. There weren't really any other popular wrestlers like Buddy Rogers, you know. You didn't have like the big charismatic individuals like you do now. Well, not now, but used to, you know, like in the 80s and 90s. And, this guy's getting a lot of love, and quite frankly, he doesn't fucking deserve it. He deserves a spot in history, but he also deserves a spot up the fucking asshole of history. I mean, because he's a piece of shit. What more can really be said? Bruno Sammartino sucks. He's overrated. And you guys are acting like a bunch of phonies supporting a PG motherfucker. He's promoting PG up the ass. And you people who go around, oh, let's boycott WWE in the same fucking breath, you're supporting this man. So, yeah, there you go. He sucks. Flame me if you want, but that's the fucking truth.